Greetings, divine conscious creators of the new earth paradigm. Happy full strawberry moon and lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. Wow, that's quite a tongue twister. Say that 10 times real quick. Let's see what happens. Another day of powerful activations. We went through many transitions and activations last night through the moon portal, and then today as we transition through the 6-5 into the 6-6 portal. Today we had a 30 hertz Schumann resonance blast, the 3 connected with the Trinity. In yesterday's transmission I talked about the Trinity of the Ring of Fire through the Ring of Venus, and the Ring of Fire through the Lemurian energies, and also the Ring of Fire in the heart center of the middle dantian, and the threefold flame within that center coming together to arise in the sacred flame of divinity and truth. Also 6-6 tomorrow is the Christ consciousness codes, and it's also a 12, which is a 3 of the Trinity. We're connected with the 3, 6, and the 9. Last night, while I was performing a sacred purification ceremony for the collective and for humanity, I was getting massive pulsating energy through my left temple, left ear, and down through the carotid artery on the left side of the throat, activating the vagus nerve. It was a massive pulsing. It felt as if my ear was in a blast off the left side of my head. It was very intense. Still feeling it today, this throbbing energy. It's also a crystalline, the crystal palace at the center of the brain, the sacred cave that contains the pineal and the pituitary gland. As these activate, we get a pulsating energy and sometimes an expansion or a compression into that center. And then last night, after falling asleep, 5-5 coming in, 10 codes, I was on an intense mission in the higher dimensions through dream time in the etheric. And I came back into the 3D vessel, and it was the middle dantian, the heart center, the heart chakra, was expanding, and sweat was pouring out of the middle dantian through this intense fire. Today is also the Ring of Fire moon with this lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. So these intense fires are rising up. We're having heat waves around this realm, and also massive storms all over the place with these massive earthquakes and volcanoes. The Ring of Fire again today is fully activated, just one after another. Japan had a 4-2, and Indonesia 4-4, the 44 energies. Then multiple all along the islands from New Zealand all the way up through Indonesia, one after another today. Also in Texas we had a 3-2, and then in the Andes Mountains again in Chile 4.5. Mexico had a 4-1, and then another 4-1. Then another 4-4 in Chile in the Sacred Andes Mountains. Idaho had another 3-0. And then way north, over by Greenland, was a 5.0. The largest 5.3 in Tonga. We had over 212 M1.5 or greater in the last 24 hours. So the whole grid is being activated. These are the Ascension energies flowing in through Gaia. We're feeling these throughout our body, throughout our vessel. Everything is holographic in the universe and nature. So each part represents the whole, and this is coming through in many ways in consciousness. The rainbow bridge is fully lit up, fully activated, bridging heaven and earth. Through this white world bridger wave spell, we are in full connection, full realization of our pure potential, our pure awareness, rising up, waking up from the illusion. Today's first transmission is for the image in today's video from Suzanne Amara, Divine Sister of the Light, and this is titled The Sword of Unity is Birthing. Game Over, Part 2. We will be expanding on some of the keys in the transmission from 2 days ago. Game Over, Part 1, and you can find this on Suzanne Amara's Facebook page, AMARA. I have been invited to talk about consciousness and death. It is complex and for many a difficult subject. For those that are not aware, Raw Ascension is my higher self-dialogue with Source as I experience its manifestation into consciousness. I ask questions and receive journeys that take me into so many perspectives, to collapse, charge, and into the library of stories and polarities we hold as human collective. Sometimes the journeys are given as part of my own holographic journey or that of the collective, and it is not always easy. This I share authentically without agenda and invite you to explore your inner dimensions too. I remain open to all the perspectives which are presented and stay in the pillar of light, the balance point to witness the aspects unfolding. We are total and pure love. Love is what we are, flow is what we are, and in many ways, nothing. No thing, no attachment, no structure, and certainly no one who will tell you what you should do, think, or how to be. Everything we are is our creation, simple. I experience we are made from light structures and geometries created in a holographic structure for consciousness to have an experience of itself. It may not be yours. Nobody is right or wrong. We are all, however, sitting smack bang in the middle of a big shift where the old structures are collapsing. It can feel uncomfortable, and it is a death. Awakening is this. Awakening is the collapse, the exploration, the shedding, the death of those structures of contraction and control, coming to a balance of acceptance and accountability and present awareness of our creation. We become aware of our many aspects of creation, that which is distorted and separate, and bring them back in. Our inner source self arises, higher heart body, and our geometries align and we begin to embody. When we embody the aspects, this is more bringing the physical manifestation of the descension of Source into being and opens a strong and constant communication with the universal divine field, that which is artificially created and dissonant with love, working in contraction and separation is then seen clearly and should have no further charge. It begins to lose potency and dissolve. The end of Maya or illusion, end of days. The descension is the first death into the forgetting of unity, into a form of individualism, and we hold this deeply ingrained in our consciousness. Death happens all around us, but is yet another huge distortion, and it is one of the areas we will be working to dance it all out and clear from our hologram. These are some of the deepest changes in the human spirit, and also the fears which keep us hooked into the experiential perceptions we have of life on Earth. The transmission below is the entree, the breadcrumb if you are ready to dive in and ask the questions. Where angels fear to tread, indeed. Death is an industry. It is the biggest industry on Earth, and pretty much everything is to help you avoid it, bypass from the pain of living and your eventual death, and put so much fear into you that you become compliant and reactionary. Human fear-based behavior and energy patterns are modeled and quite predictable. They contain certain geometries and patterns which are utilized much like we utilize the electromagnetic energy of the sun. This is what we run away from unconsciously because every human has had one goal and only one goal: to survive. Player 1 Earth timelines have been survival. We are moving on from this. This is the ascension and evolution of light. We are experiencing to move to unity and a thrive all multidimensional unity consciousness. In order to move, we must accept full responsibility and become accountable for our creation. This is the basis of raw ascension, real authentic wisdom, stripping back and building this new way together, treading in the uncomfortable places and celebrating life as it expands. There is no right and wrong, there are no sides. Each side believes they are right in any war, and this has been the way of the whole creation of polarity. Source does not have a side, Source is all. If your Source has a side, that in itself means separation, and by definition it is not unity. As soon as it is defined, it has form and has some kind of separationist properties. This is the formation of the ego, the vehicle of identity, entity, creation, which precipitates reality formation. Real ego entity. We use unity as a word. We use like love, but have little understanding of its true embodiment and are just beginning the journey as we move with these new energies, our light body, and shed the skins of the survival game. Game over, round 2. The sword of unity is birthing. It is forged with the collective hearts of all who have come to earth to be pillars of light and beacons in this transition. Amara. From Divine Sister Kalina Malnar. Hold steady, beloveds. There is a monumental shift that will occur in a few days that will create a divide. This shift correlates with your lunar eclipse cycle beginning June 5th and ending July 4th. The correspondence is created with the mentality of the human that chooses either the negative vibrational structure, separation, or divine love, oneness, within their matrix field that they have created through choice. The divide is drama and is not a concern for those that choose the way of the heart. However, one must remain in their own higher vibration at this prudent time to hold their field of light in the higher platonic form that creates a friendly, loving space for those that feel comfort by the vibrations of love you will exude. It is with loving intention created by those through their divine, sacred hearts that know the truth. Love is the answer, and you, beloveds, are holding the higher vibration during this time. Remain detached from the reacting dramas that are unfolding. The unification of all that is within the dynamic structure of you is magnetized and harmonized in a powerful shield of light that pertains to the fabrics of freedom and the protective energetic barrier, which allows you no pain of the ego third-dimensional bodies. Those embodying at this moment are becoming and have been becoming their God, Goddess selves, the true essence of whom you are over a vast period of lives, expanded yet now contracted to create one perfect God being within thy current embodiment of all you are. See this as you, as the one eternal love. All is the one, and all are amplified through this process when they come online through the activations of light, illuminating the frequency one holds within their true inner being. That which no longer serves falls away as your higher light quotient will not sustain the darkness anymore. You are the resurrection of love light of the Divine Mother and Father Source, and the golden Christ Child. The Trinity of the Christ Child is you. Divine sisters and brothers of light, it is now your time to shine in the highest frequency of all that you are. In divine love and grace, Kalina Malnar. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Judith Kusel, when you finally see the bigger picture of what is happening right now on planet Earth, you will be celebrating, and you will rise in frequency. You will embrace your new and much higher frequency body, and you will stand in the fullness of your being. Love will flood your heart, soul, mind, and being, and you will embrace life more abundantly. It is all happening now. Arise. From JudithKusel.com. From Divine Sister Sandra Walter. Major energy shifts in progress. First eclipse today, Friday. The triple eclipse passage of June to the July is very esoteric in feeling and purpose. It may feel like we are traversing a stargate, because we are. This is the predicted passage, which includes dynamic, cosmic frequency, quantum stargates, connecting the ancient with the future, and divine dispensations from the brotherhoods and sisterhoods of light and service to the organic ascension. This is a major cosmic event of 2020 and a year filled with dramatic shifts and amplifications of the ascension. Embodiment, which began in 2018, takes on a brand new level during this passage. This is why so many have experienced the full body solar flash Christed activations since December. We anchor these higher experiences into the collective as preparation for stronger frequencies and brand new experiences. Embodiment is defined as a complete reunification with our multidimensional Christed self, followed by becoming a pure conduit of Source. This divine state of heaven is a constant state of beingness in the heart, physicality, and energy fields. Our goal of embodying our Christed self, the trinitized beingness, allows for the undistorted, pure presence of God in these realms, the activation of the golden race. As Gaia shared, embodiment changes everything. When we hold that vibration through the physical, it accelerates the energies Gaia is able to receive and transmit. The triple eclipse passage, this is our midpoint for 2020 and a powerful passage for embodiment. It sets us on the highest timelines for the major energetic events later in the year. The first half of this year prepared us for this passage. Physicalization of the etheric. Friday, June 25th, lunar eclipse at 12:24 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Full moon at 12:12 p.m. PDT. Focus, brotherhoods and sisterhoods of light activation. This is a galactic level DNA activation, initiating the physicalization of the alliances of light like never before. Expect strong, benevolent visitation through this whole passage. Ancient star families, our higher aspects are involved. You may remember your pre-incarnational cosmic oaths. As this embodiment occurs, embrace the great law of God's love, infinite light, and ascension in this now. From SandraWalter.com. From Divine Sister Elizabeth Peru. The cosmic intensity has been building, especially over the last day, as the Earth, Moon, and Sun are now nearly in a straight line. Just imagine the energetic pull on your body and your energy field. It's why issues have come to a head, why you're being tested, and why you're at a point of great power. In under 24 hours, the moon will be full, and there will be a penumbral lunar eclipse, not experienced since May 2002. Everyone feels it. You don't need to see it. Soul is calling for you to stay true to your course. It's when the 3D dismantling takes place that those who hold true to their visions and do the steadfast work to move towards them will prove their worth and reap their rewards. We are all cosmic citizens. Rise into it. From ElizabethPeru.com. From Divine Sister Laura Pleiadian. Full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, June 5th, 2020. Polarity. Wow, this will be a huge polarity rush of emotions and an intense, profound opportunity to embrace through your heart what is now as opposed to what one desires now. This full moon and lunar eclipse on Friday, June 5th. What to expect? Like any full moon, expect emotions to come up. Only magnify that with the emphasis on the polarity. Love and hate, peace and fear, they come up to make peace with all of it. To become the master, all is meaningless except for what we decide to give a meaning. A lot of this may be subconscious. You may think you know this, yet things still come up for you. That is great too, as the opportunities abound to go back to now, to only this moment, to only this breath. Are you staying with that focus? Add to the mix impulsive, angry Mars, which is square to the lunar eclipse. Feelings of being hurt, of hurting someone, will go deep, and of course the true depth is within you. When you love yourself, no one can hurt you. You live knowing you are only the flow, and how anyone else is has nothing to do with you. Of course, ego would love to think so, as if one has power over others. No, it's all you, and it is all them. This full moon and lunar eclipse is also opposite Venus. Tension, laziness, gluttony are on the table, as well as self-pity. You know the old victim attitude. Why me? Venus retrograde may open the doors for destiny to show up, and or fate, what needs to take place, so that what is hidden within you will arise, will show up. It is all perfect. In the flow, it is beauty and bliss. Venus square Mars, tension, anger, strain, hate, war, whatever it is. Only through the heart does the polarity become the union so desired. Through this flow and space, it is all love and beauty. There are signs of greater war. Also, in that is the potential for greater peace. And that is within you. Stop looking out there. Look within. Point that finger back to you. Spend time in silence. Learn about yourself. Know yourself. More importantly, love yourself. No better frequency. Time to enter your heart. In the midst of chaos, one may blossom into the divine self fully through form. Why not now? Why not you? What on earth are you waiting for? The signs are all present. It will not be a spaceship that saves you. It will be you only uniting with your eternal cosmic God self that opens the door wide to consciously and finally being the presence of all that is now. Do you hear this? Are you paying attention? Now and now, with the divine council of overseers, we bless you all now through this flow of cosmic God self-love manifested on earth now through all that flows now. From the newdivinehumanity.com and from Astro Mama, partial lunar eclipse, full moon in Sagittarius, the rise of truth. Wild hearts want freedom, faith in yourself, plus your purpose. On June 5th, we have the partial lunar eclipse full moon at 15 degrees of Sagittarius. Lunar eclipses are full moons on steroids and herald massive and unavoidable endings, manifestations, and culminations. Eclipses bring changes and surprises, and often zigzags in our plans. The eclipse is paired with the South Node, also Sagittarius. The South Node deals with releasing, letting go, and spiritual transcendence. Sagittarius, the 9th zodiac sign, deals with beliefs, freedom, wisdom, truth, and expansion. The partial lunar eclipse in Sagittarius will be a call from our inner selves to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. There is a passion of drive and honesty with the strawberry full moon that cannot be ignored or denied. Sagittarius energy is all about the ability to look at the bigger picture and come from a place of wisdom and truth. No other sign can tell it like it is. With such fiery inspiration and hope as an archer, our ability to be 100% authentic and genuine will be highlighted by this powerful lunar eclipse. We will need to confront what we truly feel with La Luna and Sagittarius, and this might entail telling some painful truths to others and ourselves. This is a great full moon to embark on an educational, spiritual, or philosophical journey. Our minds want to break free from any oppression, and our souls want to roam free. A liberation is upon us, and this lunar eclipse will herald independence from repression and stagnation. The most challenging aspect to the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius will be a tense 90-degree square from Mars in Pisces. Mars is the planet of aggression, war, and willpower. Pisces, the 12th zodiac sign, is known to be spiritual, malleable, sensitive, and elusive. The lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, in a tense dance with Mars in Pisces, will add a rub of irritability and passive aggressiveness to the energies of the full moon. We will have to be careful not to go on a rant that could do more harm than good, being that both Sagittarius and Pisces are mutable signs. This aggression or heated stance could feel more all over the place and rather scattered. Mutable signs are at the end of the season. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces are known to be quite hard to pin down and malleable in nature. Speaking on top of our soapbox and proclaiming our truth with conviction will be the higher manifestation of this aspect. The lower aspect could involve guilt-tripping or exaggeration, all in the name of being heard. We will have to find the delicate balance between the two at this lunar eclipse. The partial lunar eclipse in Sagittarius is here to bring truthful conversations and faith. No other sign is optimistic as Sagittarius. This lunar eclipse will ask you to expand your thinking beyond what has previously been possible. We want to speak from our hearts with conviction at the time of this full moon. The real victory, though, will be when we speak to understand versus speak to be understood. While there is power in honesty, expressing our emotions, there is also power in listening with an open mind and heart. Freedom is won by doing both, while remaining humble and firm in our sense of faith. The lunar eclipse is the sign of the archer is here to bring massive truths to the surface, the expansion of our consciousness, and the realization of true hope and faith in ourselves and one another. And from Here in the Moon Astrology, Friday, June 5th, 2020, as above, so below. These are extraordinary times, and June-July's triple eclipse gateway is set to be an extended, insistent, relentless wake-up call delivered as a series of shocks and revelations. So far, 2020 has been even more brutally transformative than we ever thought possible. Unremitting pressure on our bodies, our energy fields, on all our systems, collective and personal. relentless collapse and deconstruction of our old consensus reality, the deep space frequency influxes amplified by CMEs, solar flares, and a rise in the Earth's Schumann resonance. Significantly, all three eclipses, June 5th, June 21st, July 5th, are aligned with karmic points and black holes. Both Pluto and Jupiter are square disruptor, truth teller Eris, delivering the second big hit of 2020's three Jupiter-Pluto conjunctions. The first brought the peak of the pandemic. This is truth time with a capital T. Today's lunar eclipse is aligned with the great attractor, the source of our source, the first of 7 between now and the end of 2021, across Gemini Sagittarius. In these times of extreme polarization and tribalism, new themes, new questions, and radically new approaches are rising out of the crucible of chaos. All sorts of information is going to start surfacing as the eclipsed full moon shines a spotlight on what has been hidden, distorted, or happening under the radar. This is going to make it increasingly impossible for even the most unaware to keep on sleepwalking, eyes wide shut. There is now no more head in the sand refusing seeing the separation of worlds and timelines playing out in real-time events. The old 3D media distorting mirror has cracked from side to side. You have a stark choice between sitting watching the old 3D world burn or shifting onto the higher collective timelines, which have already deleted your old templates, liberating you into an entirely different phase of your service, your work and life stream. When you start to realize that transformation isn't an endowment to your existing life, but it's a complete unraveling, everything changes. Find refuge in the absolute consistency of change, but remember, your sanctuary is your base camp for action, not a monastery. From here in the Moon Astrology.co.uk, and from the Nyingma Masters, Tibetan Buddhism, the primordial ground, the great, ever-pure, primordial emptiness, which is free from all elaboration and change, is the very nature of uncompounded awareness. Bless me so that I may recognize the view, my very own nature. Trolshik Rinpoche. And from the Dzolkhin Times, Kin 68, Yellow Electric Star. The number 3 is called electric, and its keywords are activate, bond, and service. Today is Yellow Star, and the glyph that represents beauty, art, and elegance. These days are all about appreciating the beauty in the world, in your life, and in the people we love. Too often we go about our day taking so much for granted. Every 20 days we have a Yellow Star Day, and if every 20 days we stop to appreciate beauty, well, that's a great habit to form. Be a star if you like, paint a picture, wear outrageous clothes, perform in front of others, or simply make your space prettier. Celebrate beauty and art, and delight in the wonders of the world. As it is an electric day, light up your environment with pretty lights, activate art through whichever means you like. Get a buzz from beauty. And from Divine Sister Christina Papagiorgio from the Galactic Destiny Readings, we are entering the eclipse cauldron of 3 successive eclipses. The penumbral lunar eclipse, June 5th, 6, 2020. This eclipse is activating the Gemini-Sagittarius axis, which directs our planetary GPS system. The sun is in Gemini and the full moon is in Sagittarius, both at 15 degrees. This eclipse is directly linked to the full moon total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius on June 15, 2011. So we are concluding a 9-year cycle that was triggered by the earlier eclipse. As we are currently in the white world bridger cycle that seals the store of death, we are truly closing the old cycle and preparing for the fresh new start after this significant reset. To decode the planetary significance of this lunar eclipse, I consulted the Sabian Mysteries, a spiritual approach to astrology, a commentary by James Burgess on the work of Dr. Mark Edmund Jones, Sun in Gemini, Moon in Sagittarius at 15 degrees. Sun in Gemini at this eclipse is inviting the impoverished to take up their power in order to shape a more democratic and peaceful world. The Moon in Sagittarius is bringing forth untold abundance. All we need to do is be open to receiving them through all the new opportunities that present. 15 is the number of deep, esoteric significance. It symbolizes magic and mystery, the spiritual magician, and is a vibration of alchemy. 15 attracts eloquent expression and is aligned with music, drama, and art. It gives you charisma and a strong magnetism. This number is especially good for manifesting money and gifts. 15 blesses you with joy and light. 15 equal 1 plus 5 equals 6, which is the frequency of heaven, Christ consciousness, and harmony. The eclipse will bring forth much power for a reset and restart. Perhaps we will have an announcement regarding a long-awaited Jasara abundance payments, or the rise of a new leader or power to govern our new world. The effects of this eclipse are very potent for a whole month and can influence the next 6 months, so we should witness huge developments. Whatever happens, we are living in momentous times. And also from Christina Papagiorgio, Yellow Electric Star, Kin 68, 5 June 2020, activating peace, harmony, and service. 5/6/2020 equal 5/6/22 equal 5/6/4 equal 1/5 equal 6. 5 liberation, change, transformation. 15 spiritual magician, alchemist, charisma, magnetism. 6 heaven, Christ, harmony, romance. 4 form, structure, foundation, earth. Kin 68 equal 14 equal 5. Double 5 liberation code 5/5. What a power-packed freedom code with the 15 spiritual alchemy frequency activated, leading into the full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, freedom at 15 degrees, further activating the 6 heaven Christ consciousness frequency. The electric tone of creation adds rocket fuel to super activate the eclipse aspects today and tomorrow. Day 3 in the white world bridger wave spell of surrender, letting go, forgiveness, networking, and building bridges. Today we are releasing the past 9-year cycle that commenced with the full moon lunar eclipse way back on June 15, 2011, when the moon was in Sagittarius also. This time the Sag moon eclipse, along with the world bridger, is closing the cycle to set us free for adventure, travel. White world bridger will anchor our rainbow bridge to our new life and new world. It is time to network, weave our webs, find our tribes, and go forth to dazzle the world with our ideas, creations, and manifestations. Put forth these intentions into your ritual for this eclipse cycle, being free to create and sparkle. Tone of creation. Today's tone is electric. Today we have an incredible surge of power to set us free and kickstart this power-fueled new chapter filled with passion to drive our divine missions. Electric is tone number 3 in the tone of creation. It is the first of the 3 emotional realm tones. Its action is to activate, and its focus is on being of service to others through the action of bonding, that is coming together with others to co-create and be of service to humanity. Electric energy provides the ignition or spark for your manifestation. It is a current that needs to keep moving and flowing, transmitting energy. It also adds power to anything you are creating today, an extra electrical boost to draw upon. The power of 3 is derived from 2 units merging and creating the third, more powerful entity. This action duplicates the essence of bonding and service that the electric tone provides. Today beckons you to become emotionally mature. Expand your focus from bonding with one to the joy of bonding with all. Together with your divine counterpart, offer your united energies to be of divine service to humanity. Today you should contemplate how you can activate your electrical power to send waves of pure charged energy to uplift and energize others through divine planetary service as we unite as one collective focused on creating peace on earth. We have renewed clarity and can see what was previously hidden behind the veil of illusion. Look beyond the emotional charges and convert this into a surge for finding your new path, free from drama, distortion, and limitations. Take the time to reflect on the real truth of what is and bond with those beautiful new souls who appear in your looking glass. What a beautiful picture to behold. A brilliant, shiny star is reflected in your mirror. Today's question is, how can I bond with others to be of service, anchoring peace and harmony in our beauty-filled new world? Note, I recommend activating this electric star code by using this mantra, the mantra today. Pause and place your left hand on your heart and right hand on your solar plexus stomach. With your right thumb in your belly button, take a deep breath and then repeat today's mantra out loud as you pledge your allegiance to divine service for this next exciting chapter. Divine blessings for your magnificent journey to galactic stardom. May peace and harmony be with you, my beauty-filled, starry brothors and sisters. In la Keka la Kin, Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 68, Yellow Electric Star. The mantra, the code for today is, I activate in order to beautify. Bonding art, I seal the store of elegance with the electric tone of service. I am guided by the power of free will. And with our divine power of free will, we activate our freedom codes, this freedom energy, to assist in this great ascension process to free all sentient beings from the construct of the false 3D matrix, our true divine destiny in the empowerment of divine consciousness, here and now. Let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, your visions, your dreams, your synchronicities. 17 and 71 coming in. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Click the subscribe button below and the little bell next to subscribe to get notifications on future uploads. And as always, in the link in the description below, we have the transcripts of today's transmission, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. We have over 1,000 transmissions now. I'd also like to thank everyone for their support and your pledges on Patreon. If you'd like to support our work and our mission, you can make a pledge at patreon.com/primedisclosure. I'd like to thank and welcome Divine Sister of the Light Victoria for your pledge. I appreciate you. I'd also like to thank Aminga for your donation. Thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you for your support on this great mission, this great journey together, through this dream spell journey, through this ascension process and this great awakening. I'd like to thank everyone, too, that has joined us for the mission of the Healing Retreat Center in Ecuador, South America. You can learn more about this on primedisclosure.com and click Tao de Ecuador, Healing Retreat Center at the top of the page. We're using a CBD business to raise funds for this. You can join us at cbdpeaceoil.com. And also, if you have already joined our team, you can connect with us on Facebook at CBD Team Ecuador. Welcome CJ and Fathom to the team. Now, one last thing about what we're experiencing on the external. We say, seek ye the kingdom of heaven within yourself, the eternal bliss consciousness that is the peace, the happiness, the harmony within. And what many are experiencing in the external 3D world with these plandemics, scandemics, and false flags and all these things, this is multidimensional. Part of what we're seeing of the shutting down of systems or shutting down of the world. The world is on fire and we are the world. We're shutting down the false systems, the nefarious systems that have caused great suffering. Symbolically, it is like starving the beast system or the parasite. And any of these false flags of separation programming, one of the aspects of the multidimensionality of this, no matter the intent or the purpose behind these, it is all part of the divine plan. Regardless if there's nefarious intent, these things will backfire to serve humanity. And part of the reason these things are created is to produce a low vibratory energy of negative emotions that some people call loosh. And loosh is food for non-physical, or you could think of inorganic or parasitic. Some people say archonic or reptilian energy. That these negative emotions, negative thoughts, negative feelings produce. And the thing is, we, as a human race, the one race, undivided, of humanity, is a unified field. And no matter what the false narrative, we will rise up. Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness is here. When the Buddha realized his true nature, which is the true nature of all consciousness, all conscious beings of pure awareness, he realized his oneness with Source Creator, that he called Buddha mind, or the unborn mind of Buddha, or bright virtue. He didn't try to run around and convince people of anything, or try to change people. He just lived from his Buddha awareness. He lived the middle path, the way, what we call the Tao, which also symbolizes Buddha mind. And he just taught people how to realize their own Buddha nature, living from the heart itself. And this attracts to you like-minded people, and people that are ready to walk the path with heart. And that is why, as way showers, it is time to step forward, to step up, to rise up, to ascend, to assist humanity in this great awakening, and being the example of what we want to see in this world. We inspire other people by being inspired. We lift people up by rising up. And we bring peace to this world by being peaceful and showing compassion to ourselves and to others. Everything is a mirror. Emptiness is form, form is emptiness. We are the rainbow bridges activated from the still white magnetic light at the center to expand out through the 7 colors of the electromagnetic spectrum, through the prism, through the sacred crystal, to guide others home, to teach the way in, the one undivided path that guides us home to our true self, our true nature, our pure consciousness of light. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. I take refuge in the Buddha, Amitabha, of infinite light and infinite life. Aho. So keep walking your divine path with heart, sacred warriors of the light. I love you all. Namaste.